Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Hangar at the Washington Street Gym as Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling brings Bombers Volleyball to TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. I'm Dwayne Hulett, John Burton alongside as the Macomb High Bombers face off against the Southeastern Suns in what, in our coverage area especially, is probably the most anticipated game of the season, John. And the Bombers, as you can see, a 25-16 set 2 win. They won 25-14 in set 1 to pick up the JV contest. These two teams at the varsity level, though, are legit.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. Definitely two of the best teams in this area. And when you look at the schedule for the teams that we cover, we're talking about West Prairie, Bushnell, Southeastern, Macomb, Abington, Avon. The only matchup that I feel more excited for other than this one might be Macomb Q&D next week. But this one is definitely going to be an absolute banger here tonight. We got two, as you mentioned, two very evenly matched teams. Of course, huge hitters on both sides, and they play great defense to go along with that.
Yeah, and that's the thing that I don't know that the Bombers have seen a team yet that will scrap and will cover like the varsity Southeastern Suns will. That's the thing everybody's talked about, that the Bombers haven't played anybody. I hear some parents saying that, Bombers parents saying that. I hear outside of the Bombers group saying that. Here's what I've seen: Illini West, Brown County 5 times. I've seen Southeastern a bunch of times. I've seen Macomb now 5 times, I think. I don't think the people are giving the Bombers the credit they deserve, to be blatantly honest with you. I think Illini West is a pretty good volleyball team, and they made them look not good.
Yeah, I mean, Illini West went into that matchup with, I believe, the same record that Southeastern's going into this matchup at 15-3. So, I mean, obviously there's no slouch of a team. But if you're looking at Macomb's, the teams that they've played, Southeastern is definitely going to be the toughest matchup that they've had up to this point. And as you mentioned, I mean, we've seen teams that have hitters that are able to stack up against Macomb, like Illini West, like Brown County. But Southeastern, I think what sets them apart from every other team is the defense, like we talked about.
Yeah, they will bring a scrappiness to the game that I think the Bombers have yet to see. Brown County has brought a ton of hitters and some big size, but they struggle defensively. The other thing is, generally you won't see Southeastern make a lot of mistakes as far as hitting errors. They tend to keep the ball in bounds a lot. I think the key for the Bombers is if they can keep from committing errors. If they keep the ball in the court time after time after time, they can win this game pretty easily. If they start giving some errors and allowing Southeastern to hang, Southeastern is going to dig enough of their stuff, enough of the Bombers stuff, to hang somewhat close, worst case scenario. If you come up with some errors so they don't have to dig that many, they're going to be there or be ahead of you. I think you have to cut down on the errors tonight to win this game.
Yeah, and I mean that can be the same story for both teams. If you dig yourself in a hole early by making hitting errors, making service errors like that, the team that goes on top in the beginning is the team that I feel like is going to be the one to carry the momentum throughout the game, because that team, whether it's Macomb or Southeastern, getting ahead early, being able to put the pedal down, being able to go to your late game closers. I mean, Amanda Stevens, Kennedy Adair, those are the people that you look for when you have the lead to put their foot down and just start, rolling against the other team.
And the person that a lot of people forget about, there's 2 people maybe that they forget about, but the one they forget about on Southeastern is Amanda Stevens gets the press, but Abby McMillan is kind of the thread that holds the fabric together. And she, with the injury to Schaefer, she spent some time at left, and she's been hitting from the left now some. She was probably one of the best middles in our coverage area anyway, behind Stevens. Now she's playing left, and she's getting to utilize a little more of the floor. And I think that will be a little bit different for the Bombers, because most of the tape they will have watched, or most of the time they will have watched them play, they will have seen McMillan from the middle. She will be in the middle some, but I expect to see her from the left some, which will change things up a little bit for the Suns.
Yeah, and I mean, it's going to be a chess match between the two teams, seeing what works, seeing, where the holes in the defense are, what you can exploit, what you can get going. And as you mentioned, I mean, Stevens and McMillan, I mean, those are two great hitters that Southeastern has up front to be able to counteract that Macomb, all of this Macomb firepower. But I don't know, Dwayne. I'm just excited to see how it plays out. It's definitely one of the most interesting matchups that we've covered so far in this season. And I would even say maybe going back to the prior seasons.
I would agree with that. The cool thing about tonight, folks, is it's not just here at the hangar at the Washington Street Gym. Sports Corner at 124 is hosting our TSSR weekly broadcast after this game. And the most awesome thing about it is both of these coaches have agreed to leave here and come be on our TSSR weekly broadcast. So they are leaving the game. We're going to leave here. John's going to tear down and then come join me over there as well. But they're going to go over. We're going to go to the Sports Corner. The loser has to buy the winner an appetizer. So, but it's going to be awesome to have Coach Kerr and Coach Rexroth on the show with us at the Sports Corner. The Sports Corner at 124 has stepped up huge with the TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH broadcast this year. We can't say enough how happy we are to have them on board, and it's going to be a lot of fun to get over there and see what the two coaches have to say. The cool thing is we can get them both on air at the same time there in a little bit quieter setting, and I'm sure there'll be some harassment going on. Coach Kerr is a great guy. Coach Rexroth is awesome interview as well, so it should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, besides the game, I mean, I'm excited to see what those coaches have to say after the game, win or lose for each team. I mean, just being able to pick their mind a little bit, what went wrong, what went right during the game, I think is going to be extremely interesting.
And the cool thing is after this matchup, these two teams can work together all they want to, because Macomb's going to be a 2A school, Southeastern's a 1A school. They won't see each other in the postseason. So they can talk openly in our show afterwards about what they thought the other team did or whatever. You know, they don't want to give too much away to other teams, but at the same time, they can talk to each other and they can enjoy what happened. And, you know, Coach Kerr and I have both seen Coach Rexroth since she was Miss Mason playing high school volleyball in Colchester. That tells you how old Coach Kerr and I are. And so Coach Rexroth, it will be the young pup at the table for sure. But at any rate, as the Suns now are warming up, so you can tune into that on our Hulett PubliPro LLC YouTube channel, or you can come in person. Dollar Wings tonight at Sports Corner at 124. So make sure you hop on over there and join us at the Sports Corner at 124 on North Randolph Street here in Macomb. We'll take a quick break and we'll be back right after this, as Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling is bringing Bombers Volleyball to TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
I went through MDH when we were trying to get pregnant. We were struggling the first year, and then when we got pregnant, I stayed at MDH and through labor and now for pediatrics. My experience was nothing short of phenomenal. I was met with amazing staff members who helped me through concerns that I had when she was first born, helping me learn how to be a new mom. It was really reassuring and comforting knowing that I had so much support and kindness around me. My entire pregnancy at MDH was amazing.
And welcome back to the hangar at Macomb High School. Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling bringing Macomb Bombers sports to TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. This game being brought to you by Good Hope Gardens. Good Hope Gardens located at 445 East Main Street in Good Hope. It's just east of the elementary school, open April through October. They're closed Friday because the West Prairie boys baseball team is playing in the state tournament on Friday. And John, I turned you down, so if you want to talk to the lovely young lady sitting beside you, you can. But I'll turn you back up if you're done talking.
Yeah, I think we're done now.
You're done now?
Just deciding what she's going to go get me from the concession stand.
Just deciding what she's going to go get you from the.
Yep.
Are you buying at least?
No. Why would I be telling her to spend my money?
Well, because she's going to get it for you. That's why you should buy it. Yeah, she just says you have money. Yeah. King Family Chiropractic locations in Bushnell, Macomb, supports Macomb athletics. They offer office hours in Macomb Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and Bushnell Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. To set an appointment, call 309-837-MY-DC. And Tom Conklin State Farm, face-to-face, over the phone, by email, or by text. You choose how you do business with Tom Conklin State Farm Macomb. You can reach them at 309-837-1200 or visit them online at www.macombsf.com. Better yet, stop in and see and get a quote today at 1221 West Jackson Street in Macomb. And the Old Dairy, located at 210 South Lafayette Street in Macomb, serving soup, salads, sandwiches, homemade desserts, Blue Bunny ice cream, and they have a full-service coffee bar. Breakfast served all day, and they have free Wi-Fi. Visit them online at www.olddairymacomb.com or call 837-6700 for your takeout. And McDonough District Hospital, thank you for voting McDonough District Hospital Rehabilitation Center as best of the best in McDonough County. Let their experienced and dedicated sports medicine staff, rehabilitation and sports medicine staff, show you why MDH has been voted best of the best in 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, and again in 2021. 3 convenient locations to serve you, 2 in Macomb and 1 in Bushnell. And they might be, I hope they're better at sports medicine and rehabilitation than I am at reading that.
I would hope so.
Man, that was rough. I apologize, folks. The buzzer goes off. That means we're just about ready to go here. And, John, what do you think? What's it going to be here?
You want a score prediction? Is that
I
what
want
you're
a score
asking for?
prediction. Give me a score prediction.
Oh, man.
Since you don't cover these teams regularly, you can get away with that.
Yeah, I guess so. I would say, of course, I would love to see 3 sets here. The more volleyball we can get out of these 2 teams, the better. I would have to say that we're going to see 25-20 in the first set in favor of the Bombers. I think Southeastern will answer back 25, maybe 22, 23. And then the third set, it could really go either way. I'm not going to pick a winner, but there you go.
You're such a cheater. Such a cheater. So the national anthem being played there. Justice Keene's going to get ready to do the starting lineups for the 2 teams. Summer Ramsey. Abigail Schaefer will be the setter. Savannah Ramsey, she played in the fresh soft contest. A freshman, Kinsey Griswold, will be starting as well. Abby McMillan, a 5'9" senior. And then the sophomore, the star sophomore, Amanda Stevens, will start for the Suns as well. Want to welcome Manissa Berg and Pastor Tom Spain to the broadcast. Live chat is open, folks. Hop in there. Let us know where you're watching from and who you're cheering for. We love to see that in the live chat as they get ready to do the Bombers starting lineup, and you will see a distinct size advantage across the front for the Bombers. Trying to play some music, it sounds like. So the starting lineup for the Bombers. Sarah Stuffelbeam is as good of a libero as there is in the area. She'll start. Caitlin Robinson, the setter. Taylor Adair, a junior. She'll be big in the middle. Ellie Duncan, a good back row defensive specialist. Quinn Rexroth plays back row only for the Bombers in varsity. Kennedy Adair, she is the studette for this team. And Allie Thorman is maybe the unsung hero for this Bombers team. She will come up with some big hits from the middle as well. As Kennedy Adair, John, we've talked about her a little bit, but she is the real deal at left for the Bombers.
Yeah, and as far as hitters on the outside go in this area, I mean, she's as good as they come. I mean, I did one game here the other night. It was Macomb versus Brown County, and, man, you can just tell when she steps on the court, after she gets that first set and puts it down. I mean, you're in for a long night when you got to match up against her, but, again, on the Southeastern side, you got McMillan and Stevens you got to deal with if you're Macomb. Yeah,
McMillan is as good a blocker as there is in the area, and she moves very well. She will be in front of Adair a lot. We might see her in the middle. Of course, Amanda Stevens will start in the front row, and McMillan will start in the back row. McMillan generally is the first server for the Suns, and that's where she's going to go back to right now. So Abby McMillan's going to start things off as we are 0-0 as one of the most anticipated games of the year, getting ready to go here from Southeastern High School. Actually, we're in Macomb, aren't we?
Yeah.
Southeastern's getting ready to serve. The hangar at Washington Street Gym. We're not even at Macomb High School, technically. This is one of the cooler facilities in West Central Illinois.
It's definitely an interesting angle, especially sitting up as high as we are to watch some of these volleyball games standing above the net. Not very often you get to be that in most of these arenas.
Adair from the 10-foot line. A dig by Summer Ramsey. Amanda Stevens with the tip. Robinson's going to set near side to Kennedy Adair, and she'll get the kill off the block. A sports corner kill. Start this thing is off for Kennedy Adair and the Bombers, and going back to serve will be the very good libero for the Bombers. She wears number 1, Sarah Stuffelbeam. She is a senior, and she is a good one.
Yeah, very good is definitely the adjective I would use to describe her. I mean, you talk about unsung heroes on this Macomb Bombers team. I mean, Sarah Stuffelbeam, as soon as we talk her up, went into the net, but man, she's looked really good here for this Bombers team of defending the back row.
She served against BPC last night. Her first 3 services, she had like 13 points, and the only way it stopped a service was a service error. Kennedy Adair from the right side, a big block, and it's going to be brought back across. A good job by Adair to stay there and make something. Schaefer to Stevens on the kill. A sports corner kill for Amanda Stevens, and the Suns lead 2-1. As Kinsey Griswold switching numbers and jerseys, but right back to the service line she goes. The freshman who's played huge for the Suns this year serves it to Rexroth. Robinson to Taylor Adair. It's dug by Summer Ramsey. Or that was Savannah Ramsey, excuse me. Summer on the attack there. Now Kennedy Adair is going to tip it. Griswold is there. Summer Ramsey on the attack. Dug by Stuffelbeam. Adair goes to get it. We have free ball sent across by Duncan. Abby McMillan, quick set to Stevens. It's blocked by Adair, brought back up. Stevens going to send a free ball across. Robinson tips it across. It's Doug. Stevens going to tip it deep, but Stuffelbeam is there. Robinson to Kennedy Adair. Dig by Abby McMillan. Schaefer now. Far side it goes to Summer Ramsey. Blocked by Taylor Adair, and Robinson into the net from way deep. Summer Ramsey after a long rally. Some great hits, some great defense, but we're tied at 2.
And man, we saw everything we talked about in the pregame there from both teams on that volley. Great defense, and I mean, we saw a lot of nice hits, a lot of nice setups there.
A let serve falls for the setter, Caitlin Robinson, an ace, and it's 3-2. And let serves, if you watch very many of these that I talk about, I hate that. Should not be allowed. It's not fair. Just telling you it's not fair. Robinson serves deep this time, and olayed by the Suns defense. You don't see that very often. Another ace for Robinson. 4-2, Bombers with the lead. Stevens goes to get that one. Schaefer right back to Ramsey now. She tips it across. Stuffelbeam comes to get it. Robinson sets near side to Kennedy Adair, excuse me. And she gets a sports corner kill. 5-2, Bombers with the lead. Jackie Adair plays left and fresh soft, so it's going to take me probably like 4 times to remember it's Kennedy and not Jackie. Middle to Stevens. She tips it in a nice diving attempt by Ellie Duncan. She can't get there. A sports corner kill for Amanda Stevens and a side out for the Suns. And back to serve the setter, Abigail Schaefer. 3 hitters in the front row, including Savannah Ramsey, Summer Ramsey, and Amanda Stevens. And that one goes deep and out of play. A side out on the service error. And Kennedy Adair going back to serve now with her team up 6-3 here in set number 1. Early here at the hangar as Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling bringing you Bomber Sports on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, Abby McMillan. Stevens on the attack. It's dug by Robinson. Stuffelbeam. The attack there was made by Stortzum. Now it's going to be Ramsey. Back set it goes to Lucanen. She's playing right now on the varsity. Now Stevens on the attack and a kill. A sports corner kill for Amanda Stevens and a side out back to the Suns. 6-4, Amanda Stevens to serve now. Chris Dewar is in the house. So make sure you join KHQA News tonight at 10, as I'm sure he'll have some great footage as always from here at the hangar. Schaefer, Stevens, as she'll set when she's in the back row. That was Savannah Ramsey. Now it's going to go middle to Taylor Adair. Dug by Savannah Ramsey. Stevens, and then Summer Ramsey left it. Griswold couldn't get to it. And it is a side out and a point for the Bombers. Taylor Adair going back to serve. Into the net, a service error. Side out back to the Bombers, or to the Suns, excuse me. And Summer Ramsey going back to serve now. Her team trailing by 2, 7-5. Overpass, and Kinsey Griswold can't do anything with it. A hitting error at the net, and a side out back to the Bombers. Quinn Rexroth replacing Lucanen. Rexroth in to serve now. 8-5. Serve. Ramsey's there. Stevens quick to Abby McMillan. It's blocked. Hit back down. Allie Thorman with the block, then the kill. And a point for Quinn Rexroth, 9-5. Bombers with the lead.
Here's the actual roster. Oh, it's okay.
Abigail Schaefer going to send it across. Free ball. Kennedy Adair's there. Robinson quick back to Thorman, who hits it deep out of play. Side out to the Suns, and going back to serve will be Savannah Ramsey. The final server in the rotation for the Suns. It'll be back through the top. Thorman goes to chase that one, and Stevens is there. Abigail Schaefer, middle to McMillan. Dug by Kennedy Adair. Robinson to Stortzum, and she gets the kill. Allison Stortzum with the kill, the sports corner kill for the Bombers. And Ellie Duncan back to serve now as she completes the rotation for the Bombers. 10-6, Bombers with the lead. And the serve. For some reason we missed a point there, I apologize. Her serve by Duncan is dug by Summer Ramsey. Back row attack by Stevens into the net, a hitting error. And it is a point for the Bombers and Ellie Duncan. 11-6, Bombers with the lead. Duncan deep. Middle it goes to Abby McMillan. It's blocked and then dug. Kennedy Adair on the attack. Summer Ramsey with the dig. And come across, tipped across by Robinson, dug by Stevens, pushed across by Ramsey. That's what we're talking about, the coverage. Now there goes Thorman on the attack. Ramsey's there. Schaefer now to Kinsey Griswold off the block. It's dug by Duncan. Near side it comes to Kennedy Adair. She gets the kill, the sports corner kill, cross court for Kennedy Adair. 12-6. Bombers with the lead. Ellie Duncan, another service point. And a service error gives the serve back to the Suns. Going back to serve for the second time is Abby McMillan. Robinson back set to Thorman, and she gets the sports corner kill. She abuses the block of Stevens and Griswold. A side out back to the Bombers, and Sarah Stuffelbeam going back to serve. A service error in her first serve. That one stays in. Ramsey's there. Quick set to Stevens. It's dug up. Going to be a third attempt. Adair on the attack. Schaefer sent it across. Robinson middle to Taylor Adair. Griswold's going to attack. Push it across. Robinson to Kennedy Adair. Drives it home. A sports corner kill for Kennedy Adair. And Kennedy Adair, John, is stepping up in the biggest of matches to this point in the season for the Bombers, and she's stepping up big.
Yeah, 4 kills on the night for her already. And, man, when she gets set, she gets on the ball so quickly, hits it so hard. It looks like it's going to go out of bounds every time, but then that ball just takes a sharp dive, usually just hits right on the line. And when you're hitting like that, there's not much you can do.
Kennedy Adair off the block of Stevens. Schaefer to Stevens. She drives it home for a sports corner kill. A side out for the Suns as they trail by 6 now, 14-8, and Griswold going back to serve. The difference is Kennedy Adair is getting a lot more looks than Amanda Stevens or Abby McMillan for that matter. The Bombers are staying in system. And then a cross-court sports corner kill for Kennedy Adair on the quick back set from Robinson. And a side out. It's 15-8. The Bombers lead, and going back to serve the setter, number 3, Caitlin Robinson, the senior for the Bombers. Down the middle of the floor it goes, and it's going to fall in front of Abby McMillan. An ace for Robinson, and a timeout for the Suns. We'll take a break as well and be back on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH in just a moment.
I chose MDH. We moved here, and I was researching different places that would allow me to VBAC, have a vaginal birth after C-section, and the doctors here do encourage that, and so I chose that after looking online, and I wouldn't want to deliver anywhere else because they all go above and beyond, and they're so kind and actually care about you.
I see acute injuries on the field. I see ankle sprains. I see ACL knee injuries, as well as in the clinic. It's very rewarding to see them from on the field injury to rehab to transition back to their event.
Welcome back to the hangar at the Washington Street Gym as Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling presents Bombers Sports on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. And Caitlin Robinson back to serve again. Her team up 16-8, and the scoreboard has not updated. Amanda Stevens is blocked by the 2 Adairs. A block for Kennedy and Taylor Adair, and a point for the Bombers. 17-8 the score. Stevens struggles with that one, an ace for Robinson, and it's 18-8.
Macomb threatening to run away with this first set here by a big margin. Southeastern needs to come up with a big play, something to slow down the momentum and get the ball, or get the side out.
McMillan quicks to Amanda Stevens for a sports corner kill as she rights the ship at least momentarily. And Abigail Schaefer back to serve now. 18-9, still doubled up. Serve is, oh, what a job by Robinson to get underneath that. And it comes across. Stevens now is going to tip it across. Duncan is there. Robinson back sets to Lucarinen. Schaefer sets to Ramsey. It's dug by Robinson. Adair is going to send it across. Savannah Ramsey, Schaefer. Summer Ramsey sends the free ball across. Set to Lucarinen, across court and out of bounds. A hitting error for Lucarinen, and a point for the Suns. And Schaefer, it's 18-10. Schaefer's jump serve, Duncan. Robinson, back set to Kennedy Adair, tipped across on the overpass. Now to Kennedy Adair, left side, from right to left, and a dig. It comes to the net. It's going to be drop. It's a kill for Kennedy Adair. It's of an odd variety, but she gets the kill nonetheless, and she'll go back to serve. A sports corner kill for Kennedy Adair. It's 19-10. Bombers with the lead and the serve. Stevens on the attack, and a sports corner kill for Amanda Stevens on the quick from Abigail Schaefer. And it's 19-11. Amanda Stevens now going back to serve. And that's in. An ace for Amanda Stevens. 19-12.
Southeastern needs a few service points here from Stevens.
And that one goes deep and out. A side out on the service error. I think we need to stop talking about serving.
That's what it feels like. Seems like every time we mention that, something bad happens. Doesn't matter for which team.
Taylor Adair back to serve now. Schaefer, Stevens, Summer Ramsey, dug by Taylor Adair. Back set to Lucaronen. It's dug by Schaefer. Stevens goes to get it. It's going to be a free ball brought across, but it's out of bounds. Great hustle by the Suns, but Taylor Adair gets the service point, and she'll go back to serve again. Schaefer there again. Stevens a bump set to McMillan. She punches it across. Stortzum is there. Back to Stortzman it comes. Stortzum gets the attack, but Schaefer's there for the dig. Summer Ramsey on the attack. Adair with the dig. Stevens out to McMillan. It's blocked, brought back up. Stevens now is going to back set to Savannah Ramsey. It's off the net and it'll fall. A sports corner kill for Savannah Ramsey. (21-13). Summer Ramsey going back to serve. The senior. Dug by Stuffelbeam. Thorman on the attack, and she goes cross court, and a sports corner kill for Allie Thorman.
And again, this Macomb team is not just Kennedy Adair. We mentioned a little bit in the pregame. Allie Thorman steps up when you need her to. Allison Stortzum has been huge for them throughout most of the season. So, I mean, this Macomb team is just, they're so deep. They're so skilled at every spot on the court, and they've definitely shown it here in the first set.
Griswold with the attack on the serve from Rexroth. Kennedy Adair back row, dug by Schaefer. Stevens goes to Kinsey Griswold. It's dug by Rexroth. Stortzum on the attack. It's dug by Summer Ramsey. Stevens to Abby McMillan. It's dug by Rexroth, but it's going to fall to the floor. Abby McMillan gets a sports corner kill. 22-14, and Savannah Ramsey going back to serve now. Not maybe as close as some people thought it would be, but it's been fun to watch. Savannah Ramsey, Stuffelbeam, Stortzum, outs. 22-15. Ramsey serve. Overpass, Griswold, Stuffelbeam, Rexroth to Thorman, blocked and out. Allie Thorman, a sports corner kill as she abused the block of Abby McMillan. It's 23-15. And we mentioned we might see Abby McMillan more in the middle tonight, and she has been there, so she can use her skilled block a little more. Duncan back to serve now. Stevens struggles with that one. They are going to have a chance to get it across. It'll be a free ball by Schaefer deep, and it'll fall. Rexroth bailed out of the way. Stuffelbeam couldn't get to it. It's a side out. And Abby McMillan back to serve. 23-16. Right side, Stuffelbeam comes to get it. Goes to the net. It's tipped across by Robinson. Picked across by Stevens. Kennedy Adair back row off the net. Dug by Savannah Ramsey. McMillan goes to get it. Stevens sends it across deep. Stuffelbeam. Rexroth back to Thorman. Allie Thorman with a sports corner kill on a quick back set to the senior. Allie Thorman. And it's set point for the Bombers, 24-16. Good student section for the Bombers here. Schaefer goes to get it. Stevens now on the attack. Keeps it in. Duncan's there. Robinson to Taylor Adair. It's Doug, an overpass coming back. Taylor Adair hits it again. This time Ramsey controls it. Schaefer, a slide to Stevens off the block of Adair, and Amanda Stevens gets a Sports Corner kill, and it's 24-17. Superintendent Todd Fox in the house tonight from Southeastern. Griswold, I'll get it out in a minute, the server. Taylor Adair on the attack, and it's in. Point and set for the Bombers, 25-17. The Bombers get a set one win over Southeastern. We'll take a quick break and be back here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH in just say about 30 seconds.
I went through MDH when we were trying to get pregnant. We were struggling the first year, and then when we got pregnant, I stayed at MDH and through labor and now for pediatrics. My experience was nothing short of phenomenal. I was met with amazing staff members who helped me through concerns that I had when she was first born, helping me learn how to be a new mom. It was really reassuring and comforting knowing that I had so much support and kindness around me. My entire pregnancy at MDH was amazing.
Welcome back to the hangar as Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling brings Macomb Bomber Volleyball to TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. Connor Watson was 2 under 69 as the Macomb Bombers won the regional golf tournament today, so big news for them. Connor Watson scheduled to be on the TSSR weekly broadcast. Saw Mr. Kerr from Sports Corner at 124 here, I think, a second ago. I saw him walking by. Unless I kind of cocked him as he was walking away, so I could have missed it, but I believe it was him. And we'll be there in just a little bit as the coaches will be meeting us over there, as well as Connor Watson, as we talk about what went on today with him. This game being brought to you by Ron Elby Auto Sales with locations in Macomb and Augusta. With 80 years of car sales experience, Ron Elby Auto Sales is your hometown go-to for your next car. In Macomb on East Jackson Street, stop in and talk to Justin, Jared, or Chris, or visit them at www.lbsellscars.com to check out their inventory. And Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling, since 1960, Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling has provided the greater Macomb area with expert sales, service, and installation of quality home comfort systems. Call your local Carrier dealer today at 309-833-2852 and find out how Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling delivers 365 days of indoor comfort. So we're just about ready for set number 2 here. As you can see, the Bombers won set number 1, 25-17. As we give them the set 1 win, we reset things and it's ready to go here. The Bombers will serve first off the hand of Sarah Stuffelbeam in set number 2. John, what the Suns have to do to turn things around here against the Bombers?
Well, the Bombers really played a great set there in that first one. We saw a lot of, kind of mental mistakes and sort of inexcusable errors by the Southeastern team. Caitlin Robinson served a few aces right in a row where it just looked like everyone was out of position. And, if you cut down on 2, 3, 4 of those, then you're right into that game in the first set. And as you mentioned, Macomb didn't make many of those mistakes, so it was definitely a game of mistakes for the Suns, a set of mistakes for the Suns. And if they can cut down on those, I think they definitely have a chance to contend in the second set.
Abby McMillan with a Sports Corner kill, and she's back serving now as the Suns lead 1-0 here in set number 2, and that's going to be out of bounds, a hitting error for the Bombers, and it's 2-0 Suns here early. Bill Horrell joining us tonight. Thank you, Bill, for hopping in the live chat. We greatly appreciate it. Abby McMillan gets the service point, and the Suns have their biggest lead of the contest. A quick set back to Adair. It's dug by Summer Ramsey. Now it's going to be Stevens on the Sports Corner kill, and she just chases that down. That's 2 times I've seen her do that. She's at a dead sprint and just wings back across her body and knocks it through the block. And a Sports Corner kill for Amanda Stevens, and the Suns lead 3-0.
Yeah, for being probably one of the tallest people on the court, Stevens moves so well, so quick with her swing too.
Now there is the tallest person on the court. Kennedy Adair with a sports corner kill to stop the bleeding for the Bombers and give her team the serve back. And the setter, Caitlin Robinson, back to serve for the Bombers. 3-1. They trail the Suns here early in set number 2. Stevens going to tip it across. It's dug by Taylor Adair. Pushed across by Kennedy Adair. Schaefer is going to go quick to Stevens. A sports corner kill for Amanda Stevens. A side out, and Griswold goes back to serve. I will say that I think if the Bombers allow the Suns to stay in system, they're in trouble. If they can keep them out of system like they did much of the first game, they will be much more successful. Here's Ramsey as Stufflebeam goes to get it. Middle it comes. No, left side it comes to Kennedy Adair for the sports corner kill. 4-2. Kennedy Adair going back to serve. Allison Stortzum coming in for the Bombers as Ellie Duncan takes a seat. Kennedy Adair, McMillan, Schaefer quick to Stevens, and off the block of Taylor Adair, Amanda Stevens gets another sports corner kill. And 5-2. Amanda Stevens, the go-to here early in this one after Abby McMillan got the initial side out. It's been all Amanda Stevens.
Yeah, Stevens up to 10 kills now between both sets. And again, she's looked pretty impressive here early on in the second set as Southeastern's pulled to a 3-point lead.
And Abigail Schaefer serves it into the net, a service error. And that's what you can't have if you're trying to beat a team skilled as Macomb. Taylor Adair going back to serve. Both teams have had their share of service errors, though, even in set number 1. Adair's serve here is dug by Abby McMillan. Schaefer quicks to Stevens. It's blocked and down in front of the block of Thorman. And also there was Allensworth. It's a kill for Amanda Stevens, a sports corner kill, and the Suns lead 6-3. Stevens is going to get the ace from the serve. And it's 7-3. Suns with the lead here in set number 2. She's trying to get you to eat popcorn while you're trying to talk.
I know. I told her to wait till the break.
An overpass on the serve. Stevens, quick set to McMillan. A nice job of Thorman to get that, but it's going to be 3 hits, not going to get across. And another point for the Suns. 8-3. Suns up by 5 here in set number 2. Looking to force a third set. The score wasn't quite right, and there's an ace by Amanda Stevens. The score wasn't quite right in set number 1, but John says he thought the Bombers would win set 1. The Suns would win set 2. Let's see if he's right. It's 9-3 and a timeout by the Bombers as they're in jeopardy of losing a set for the first time this season. We'll be right back after this on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
Well, I've always had an interest in the medical field, and then growing up, I actually went through physical therapy myself for an injury, and that got me back to playing my sports and the activities that I loved. So seeing that firsthand, I got to see how much physical therapy could really benefit others.
I see acute injuries on the field. I see ankle sprains. I see ACL knee injuries, as well as in the clinic. It's very rewarding to see them from on-the-field injury to rehab to transition back to their event.
And here we go, Amanda Stevens out of the timeout. Another ace for the sophomore from Southeastern. And the Suns taking control early here, 10-3. And as I said, Lucanen coming in for Allensworth now. The Bombers are not only undefeated, John, they have not lost a set. And they're going to reserve that after the buzzer.
No, I think you're right, Dwayne. This Bombers team, of course, they've been playing great throughout the season, but here we go. We talked about in the pregame show how evenly matched up these teams are. Macomb started to run away with it in the first set, and they eventually did, but here we go. Southeastern now up to a 6-point lead, and again, this is not the type of team that you want to go down early to because they're just going to keep the pressure on you and look to build on this.
Rexroth back to serve now. As the buzzer hurt the Suns, there's no doubt about it, as Stevens missed the serve on the next attempt. Stufflebeam on the free ball. Quick to Thorman. It's dug by Stevens. It comes across, and Stortsom missed hit it, but it fell right in the middle of the defense for the Suns, and Allison Stortsom gets the kill, the Sports Corner kill, and it's a 5-point game, 10-5. Here in set number 2, Bombers up 1-0. Rexroth to serve. Schaefer, Stevens, out to Abby McMillan. It's blocked. It's brought across. Now McMillan's going to drive. A nice dig by Kennedy Adair. Stortsom's going to push it across. Ramsey to McMillan now, and she hits it out of bounds. A hitting error for the Suns. And Macomb has not been down much this season. They haven't lost a set. They haven't been behind much. Showing a little resiliency here to come back. And Rexroth to serve again. McMillan. Stevens to McMillan. It's almost dug by Adair. She got an arm on it, but a Sports Corner kill for Abby McMillan and a side out for the Suns to give a 5-point lead again. And Summer Ramsey back to serve now for Southeastern. And it goes deep and out. Those are the things that John mentioned between games or between sets that you can't do, right? You got to keep the serves in, you got to get the hits in and make Macomb play defense.
Yeah, especially when you're up in the set already, making those simple service errors is definitely a big momentum killer, and we saw last time. You know, Southeastern was up 10-3, one service error, and boom, you're right to a 10-7 ball game.
Kennedy Adair is partially blocked. It's dug. It's going to be brought across, and a free ball sent by Savannah Ramsey. Robinson's going to push it across, and she'll get the kill. Got to know where the setter is in the rotation. And it is a kill for Robinson. It's 11-8. Back row attack for Summer Ramsey. It's dug by Rexroth, near side to Kennedy Adair, and a cross-court Sports Corner kill for Kennedy Adair, and it's a 2-point game, 11-9. Resiliency, something the Bombers haven't had to show a lot this year, but they are coming back in this one. Down by 2 now. They were down by as many as 6, but there's the service error, sending it out the back of the court, and back to a 3-point game, 12-9, and going back to serve will be Savannah Ramsey for the Suns. Duncan is there. Thorman. Stevens pushes it deep left corner. Stufflebeam goes to get it. Robinson comes near side to Adair. It's dug by Summer Ramsey. Schaefer, back row attack coming for Stevens. It's dug by Thorman. Adair again on the attack. That time it goes out. And a hitting error gives the Suns the lead, a 4-point lead again, 13-9. And Savannah Ramsey gets the service point. Into the net, another service error. 13-10. Suns with the lead here in set number 2. Summer Ramsey. Schaefer, quick to Abby McMillan. She tips it down, and a Sports Corner kill in front of a diving Ellie Duncan. A side out for the Suns. 14-10, and Abby McMillan completing the rotation, going back to serve, the 6th server. To the net it comes. A battle for it. Adair goes to get it. Now a bump set. It's going to have to be a free ball across. Ramsey. Schaefer, slide to Stevens. It's blocked and out of bounds. A Sports Corner kill for Amanda Stevens on the slide, and it's 15-10. Suns with the lead.
And here we go. As you approach the middle of this game, Southeastern looking to build a lead and hopefully carry that momentum to the end. You see the serve there, almost mishandled in the front row.
A free ball. Schaefer going to tip it back to Stevens, who gets it across. Now to the net it comes. It's tipped and out of bounds as Robinson tried to tip it. Good thought, just a little long, gets out of bounds, and it's 16-10. Suns with the lead, and Abby McMillan another service point. Abby McMillan has been a key server. Now Adair, Kennedy Adair with a Sports Corner kill from the right side. She drives it home. And she stops things for the Bombers momentarily, at least, as Caitlin Robinson going back to serve now. 16-11. The Bombers trailing. That's the first time I have said that in any set this year for more than a point or two. Stevens on the quick. It's blocked. It's dug. Schaefer, Robinson. Bump set comes to Kennedy Adair from the 10-foot line. Ramsey's there. Schaefer now to Griswold off the block. Duncan, a nice diving save. Ramsey to Taylor Adair. It's dug by Savannah Ramsey. Tipped across by Stevens. Now it's going to be brought by Robinson. Taylor, Kennedy Adair. Now back to Kennedy Adair again. Now it's going to be Ramsey bringing it. Stevens, a free ball. Stufflebeam. Robinson. Kennedy Adair, a tip. Schaefer. Stevens. Back to Schaefer. The attack. Allensworth. Robinson. Taylor Adair. Summer Ramsey. Schaefer middle to Stevens. And Amanda Stevens gets a sports corner kill.
Great volley there from both teams, and what a way to cap it off. Amanda Stevens picks up the kill, and a timeout now for Macomb. They trail by 6 points here late in the second set.
We'll keep it here for this one. This game being brought to you by the Old Dairy, located at 210 South Lafayette Street in Macomb, Illinois. Serving soup, salads, sandwiches, homemade dessert, Blue Bunny ice cream, and full-service coffee bar. Breakfast served all day and free Wi-Fi. Visit them online at olddairy.macomb.com. Call 837-6700 for your takeout. And Sports Corner at 124. Macomb's original local sports bar is Sports Corner at 124 with a focus on local sports. Catch WIU games and all the area TSSR Game Time live broadcast at Sports Corner at 124, all while enjoying your favorite cold drink and some of the best food in West Central Illinois. Stop in and say hi at 124 North Randolph Street in Macomb and come join us after this game as we have TSSR Weekly live from Sports Corner at 124, and Coach Kerr and Coach Rexroth are scheduled to be there, and it should be a lot of fun. As we're back to serving, Griswold to serve. Keep hitting the wrong button. There we go. And Amanda Stevens with another Sports Corner kill. It's 18-11. Allensworth heads out. Luke Harrinan comes back in. You will notice Coach Rexroth tends to do two different rotations, one for game one, a different one for game two, and a rotation error for the Bombers.
Big mistake there from the Bombers. Yeah, this one's starting to look a little more out of reach for them, and that error there on the rotation just gives Southeastern another point closer to walking away with the second set and forcing game three.
Griswold's second serve, another serve. Stevens, Schaefer, back to, no, it's to Ramsey. It's dug by Duncan. Bump set to Kennedy Adair off the block. Ramsey's there. Schaefer, quick to Stevens, off the block of Adair and Adair. Amanda Stevens, another Sports Corner kill, and it's 20-11. The Suns with the lead. Griswold, another serve from the freshman, and it's an ace. And the wheels falling off of the Bombers a little bit here. It's 21-11. Kenzie Griswold at the service line again. Lucanen with the serve received. Middle or back row it goes, or back set it goes to Kennedy Adair. Get it out in a second. Amanda Stevens on the attack, and another Sports Corner kill in front of a diving Sarah Stufflebeam. And the Suns lead 22-11 as Griswold to serve again. Lucanen, Robinson, back to Lucanen, off the block of Schaefer. Schaefer to Stevens, tipped. Duncan comes to get it. A great job by Ellie Duncan. Kennedy Adair sends it across. Schaefer on a slide to Stevens, off the block and off the hands of Robinson. Another Sports Corner kill for Amanda Stevens. And this is all Amanda Stevens in set number 2. I don't know how many she's got. She has to have 15 of the 23 points on kills in this set.
I have no clue on this set, but between both games, I got her down for 17 so far.
A hitting error for Taylor Adair, and it's 23, excuse me. It is 24. I had it right. 24-11. It's set point Suns here in set number 2. Sarah Stufflebeam. Luke Harrinan. Dug by Ramsey. Schaefer to Ramsey. The block, and it's off, and a kill. We're going 3 at the hangar in Macomb as Savannah Ramsey gets the Sports Corner kill, and 25-11, the final in set number 2. And this one is about as good as we could have hoped for. We'll take a break and be back with set number 3 after this here as Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling brings Bomber Volleyball to TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
After my appointment that day, I just made up my mind that I'm going to have my baby here in Macomb and this hospital, because irrespective of where you're from, who you are, it's just their line of duty to make sure they give care, make you comfortable.
I thought about the staff of MDH, they're all good. And you will get all the support you need. This is just the best place for you and your family.
I chose the MDH OBGYN group because I've heard wonderful things about Dr. Smith. And upon entering the office, I really got along with everybody and got a warm feeling. The staff is warm and inviting and welcoming. It's a small community, so it's a really nice hospital to have here in the rural area. I continue to choose MDH because of the relationships I have. I really enjoy everybody here.
Welcome back to the hangar at Macomb, in Macomb, Washington Street Gym. Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling bringing Macomb High Volleyball to TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. A couple of our area teams, John. Man, the coin flip, right? The coin flip, it was 25-15 in set 1. Is that what it was? 25-17?
25-17.
And 25-11. 25-17 Macomb in set 1, 25-11 Suns in set number 2. We are going 3 here at the hangar, and it is all it could, if you could have scripted it or would have scripted it, it wouldn't have been any better than this. I mean, that was an Amanda Stevens exhibition in set number 2.
Yeah, the Southeastern was definitely able to get in system, definitely able to get her going. We mentioned before that set that Southeastern needed to cut down on the airs, and they could definitely play with this Macomb team. They definitely did that there, and obviously, they played with them. They absolutely dominated that set, won it by 14 points. But, again, you can't count this Macomb team out. We saw how good they played in the first set, but, man, it's amazing how quickly the wheels fell off the train there in the second set for Macomb.
Well, and we said if you can get Macomb or the Suns out of system. The first set, the Bombers kept the Suns out of the system, so they couldn't get the quick sets, couldn't get the good sets to Stevens and McMillan for that matter. Set number 2, it was flip-flopped, right? The Bombers couldn't get any system, couldn't stay in system. They couldn't get any good sets, and then suddenly the Suns run away with set 2. We're ready to go with set number 3. Sarah Stuffelbeam and the Bombers will have the serve, and here we go. Stuffelbeam serve. Stevens. Schaefer. Back set to McMillan. Rex Rhodes there. Kennedy Adair on the attack, and it's in. A Sports Corner kill for Kennedy Adair, and the Bombers have the lead, something they never got to say in set number 2. Stuffelbeam gets the service point. She goes back to serve. A second time. It's in the net, a service error, and we're knotted at 1. I'm going to keep track this time. So we're knotted at 1. McMillan back to serve. Into the net. Comes across. Griswold's there. Schaefer slide to Stevens, and that time she couldn't track it down and keep it in bounds. A hitting error results in a point for the Bombers. Caitlin Robinson back to serve. Amanda Stevens on the attack. Kennedy Adair now on the attack. It's dug by Ramsey. Schaefer to Griswold. It's out. 3-1. The first set loss of the season for the Bombers came just moments ago. We talked about resiliency. Can they show a little? They're doing it so far here in set 2. Stevens is going to tip it across. It's going to be 3 hits. This is going to have to go across. It does. Schaefer's there. Stevens on the second ball hits it into the net, a hitting error, and it's 4-1.
And again, you're on the verge of knocking off this undefeated Macomb volleyball team. You can't let the nerves get to you. You got to stay in your system. Southeastern having a little trouble here early on handling this Macomb team.
And a problem doesn't turn into an ace, but it does turn into a point. It's 5-1. Robinson has served 3 straight, and the Suns are going to take a timeout. You're watching Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling coverage of Macomb High Sports on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. Game being brought to you by Tom Conklin State Farm. Face-to-face, over the phone, by email, or text. You choose how you do business with Tom Conklin State Farm, Macomb. You can reach them at 309-837-1200 or visit them online at www.macombsf.com. Better yet, stop in and get your quote today at 1221 West Jackson Street in Macomb. And M&B Furniture, Bushnell's only furniture store. M&B Furniture is a mainstay in the community and offers free delivery within 40 miles. For everything you need to furnish your new home or replenish an old one, stop and see the fine folks at 41 West Main Street, or find them on Facebook, Instagram, or on the web at www.mbfurnitureinc.com. You can call them at 309-772-2111. Hey, Evan, let's show this crowd, a great crowd here tonight at the hangar in Macomb as we get ready to go. McMillan send it across. Adair. Schaefer to Stevens. It's blocked by Taylor Adair and Kennedy Adair. I'm not sure which one of them actually got it, but another point for the Bombers. And any question of how the Bombers would respond after their first set loss of the season. Stevens, it's dug and an overpass, but it got up. Now Stevens again is going to tip it this time. And that's 2 hits. Amanda Stevens is going to get a Sports Corner kill. The Bomber fans want a block on the first one. I think 2 hits is probably the right call there, John.
Yeah, it's hard to tell. I thought it definitely could have went either way. Personally, I thought she blocked the first one, but either way, Southeastern now. Another service point there, and they cut the lead in half now. 3-6 they trail. Good break for them there.
Griswold serving again. She served well at the end of set number 1, and I jinxed her again. I'm going to stop talking about the serve. 7-3. Kennedy Adair going back to serve. Stortzum comes in. Lukarinen is in. And Taylor Adair still in the front row as well. Stortzum will be the left. Lukarinen will be the right. And a jump serve for Adair. Stevens on the attack, and it's out. Long. A hitting error for Amanda Stevens, and it's 8-3, and the errors are biting the Suns here early, and the Bombers are forcing some of those.
Yeah, we saw the Southeastern cut down on them in the second set, but now here early on, they've definitely went back to their ways, and again, we talk about the errors. There's a service error, Kennedy Adair. Southeastern now has a chance to close the gap a little bit.
As they trail by 4, 8-4. Adair, Robinson to Stortzum. Off the block, and it falls. A Sports Corner kill for Allison Stortzum. And it's 9-4. Johnny McKee from the Sports Corner here as well tonight. There's a big crowd here at the hangar at Washington Street Gym as Taylor Adair back to serve. Ramsey, Schaefer. Griswold's going to send a free ball across. Adair's there. Robinson, middle to Thorman. It's blocked. And they're talking. It is a point. They call it a block.
Wow.
Off the block and out of bounds. So Thorman will get the kill there. Thorman gets the kill, and the Bombers get the point, 10-4. Taylor Adair, an overpass. Thorman with another kill as the Suns serve receive. It's failing them a little bit here. And Taylor Adair back to serve again with her team up by 7, 11-4. Ramsey, Schaefer, back to Stevens. Off the block, Kennedy Adair is there. Back set to Thorman, and she's going to get another Sports Corner kill for Allie Thorman. and it's 12-4 Bombers. And Stevens couldn't get out of the way. She tried at the last second, an ace for Taylor Adair.
It's been all Macomb here in the third and final set of this contest. Southeastern looking for a way to answer. Tough break there on the last serve that resulted in the ace as Stevens tried to get out of the way, but it just barely touched her.
Taylor Adair back to serve again. That one's into the net. Once again, folks, there's a lot of you watching tonight. Hop in here. Tell us where you're watching from. The live chat is open. Pastor Tom Spain talked about how great the second set was for the Bombers. For the Suns, excuse me. It was a great set. Now, Buchanan is going to be blocked by Summer Ramsey. A block for Summer Ramsey and a point for the Suns. 13-6 after the point from Amanda Stevens. Another hard serve. Stufflebeam's there. Now it's going to be Allie Thorman down the line and in. A sports corner kill for Allie Thorman. It's 14-6. Stevens back sets. Tipped across by Summer Ramsey. Now to Stortzum, and she's going to get the kill. Allison Stortzum gets the kill, and Rex wrote the point. 15-6. Schaefer, Ramsey, McMillan from the 10-foot line gets the attack. Stufflebeam comes up off the block. Allie Thorman, another kill, a sports corner kill for Allie Thorman, and the Bombers dominating set number 3.
Yeah, and it's been a lot of Allie Thorman up front. She's got at least 4 or possibly 5 kills. I haven't been keeping track of this set, but man, she's been impressive here, taking off some of the load from Adair.
Stevens a bump set to Abby McMillan. Kennedy Adair a dig. Stortzum the attack. Stevens with the dig. Schaefer. It's going to be a free ball. If they can get it across, they will. Stufflebeam's there. Now it's going to come back to Ramsey. Tipped across by Robinson. McMillan on the attack. Dug by Adair. Stufflebeam. Now it's going to be Rexroth. Nope. Adair's going to send it across. Ramsey's there. Tipped by Ramsey of the summer variety. Now from the back row, Kennedy Adair. Dug by Stevens. Back row attack coming from Stevens now. It's dug by Stufflebeam. Robinson quick to Allie Thorman. Dug by Stevens. Schaefer comes to get it. Out to Summer Ramsey. Tipped across. Rexroth's there. There's an attack by Thorman, and she's going to get a sports corner kill. Allie Thorman, another one. And it's 17-6, and the Suns are going to take a timeout. Bombers have responded, and I said this several times, wanted to see how the Bombers would react or respond to a lost set, the first set they've lost all season, and I would say that they've done it well.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. The Bombers, of course, they've been playing so well here in this third set. They're looking like they're about ready to run away with it. I mean, 6 points is all they have allowed from the Southeastern team. And this Southeastern team, of course, is no joke. They won the last set, kind of dominated Macomb there. But Macomb, man, they have come out firing on all cylinders in this third set. Allie Thorman has been impressive. Stortzum has been impressive. Haven't seen too much of Kennedy Adair in the third set here, but they haven't needed her.
No, they haven't. Thorman's been so dominant in the front row that she hasn't got back to the front row.
Yeah.
She went back to serve, and she hasn't gotten back there. As you see the student section from Macomb High on the screen right now, a good sized student section and very vocal as usual. And the Orange Crush, who are dressed up in summer attire to some extent tonight. But Rexroth back to serve at 17-6. The Bombers dominating set number 3. It was kind of one-sided set 1 to the Bombers, one-sided set 2 to the Suns. And that falls in. Rexroth with an ace. 18-6. Rexroth serving again. That's deep and out. Suns a chance here to get back into this one. 18-7. Summer Ramsey going back to serve. It's deep and out. Errors have been the downfall of the Suns here in set number 3.
Yeah, it seems like every time they start to get a little momentum, just anything going their way, it's either been a service error or a hitting error from them that's given the serve right back to Macomb.
Ellie Duncan serves. Stevens going to set to McMillan. It's blocked by the two Adaires. It's going to be brought across on a free ball by Griswold. Robinson now going to set it out to Kennedy Adair, and it's out of bounds. I couldn't tell if it was off the block or not. It was not. Kennedy Adair with a hitting error, and it is 19-8. Savannah Ramsey back to serve now. Here it comes to Kennedy Adair. Drives it home. A sports corner kill for the senior from Macomb, Kennedy Adair. And it's 20-8. Sarah Stuffelbeam going back to serve, and Allie Thorman out of the game. Finally, if you're a Suns fan, you're happy to see that. Schaefer to Griswold, and she'll drive it home. A sports corner kill for the freshman, Kinsey Griswold. And it's back to the Suns, and Abby McMillan back to serve now. 20-9. The Suns are at a position here where they have to start. If they're going to make a run, they have to do it here shortly because side outs will bite you. Taylor Adair on the attack, and it's out. It's a hitting error. And it's 20-10.
And you got to take it 1 point at a time if you're Southeastern. Just need to get anything going your way. You'd like to cut the lead. I would say at least get up to 15 points here and then hope for the best. And just as we mentioned that, the service error, it's been the downfall of this Southeastern team in the third set. We see another one there from McMillan. Macomb now up to 11.
21-10. Make sure you like and share this tonight. Great group watching. It was off the block, and it would have went out of bounds, and Abby McMillan stuck a hand out. A block for Taylor Adair and Luke Karanen, I do believe, and a point for the Bombers. Robinson back to serve again. Her team needs 3 for a 3-set victory. Schaefer, Stevens, tipped. Robinson, Stuffelbeam to Kennedy Adair, drives it off of Summer Ramsey. Stevens again with the tip. Robinson comes to get it again. Stuffelbeam to Luke Karanen. Schaefer to Griswold. Kennedy Adair, and back there was Abby McMillan. Now Stevens on the attack. What a one-arm dig by Kennedy Adair. It's going to be a free ball, but they kept it alive. Schaefer quick to Stevens. Off the block or out? Nope, it did not touch anything. A hitting error for Amanda Stevens, and it's 23-10. That came so far across court, I thought it might have hit a block, but it did not. Robinson's going to serve that one out. The Suns get another chance here. Down 23-11 in set number 3. Kinsey Griswold back to serve, the freshman. Stuffelbeam an overpass. Schaefer to Stevens. Blocked. Brought back over by Schaefer. Luke Karanen on the attack, and she'll get a sports corner kill. And a point away from a 3-set victory and a chance to stay undefeated. And who better to be back serving than the senior Kennedy Adair, the D1 prospect for the Bombers, signed, I believe, to go to Western Illinois University. And here's the serve, match point. Schaefer, Stevens, blocked. Summer Ramsey, Robinson's there. Stuffelbeam a bump set, out to Stortzum. Blocked, dug by Stortzum. Stuffelbeam gets it in. The little barrel with a back row attack gets the kill, and that's how it ends. Of all the ways to end a 3-set match, 25-11, it's the libero with a back row attack getting the kill for the Macomb High Bombers, and they win 25-17, 11-25, 25-11. To get the 3-set win here at the hangar at Washington Street Gym. And, John, I need to head over, so let's go through some stats real quick if you can add some up there. Or if you can just count some up or whatever you want to do. However you want to do it. I don't care. It's up to you.
Let's see. I had Sarah Stufflebeam, 1 service point tonight. Caitlin Robinson was very impressive serving tonight for Macomb. Had her for 11 between the 3 sets. Taylor Adair picked up 5. Ellie Duncan with 4 herself. Quinn Rexo with 4. And Kennedy Adair with 2. In terms of kills, so we saw Stufflebeam get the last one there to close out the game. Caitlin Robinson had a setter dump there. Taylor Adair picked up 1. Luke Harrinan picked up 1 there late in the 3rd set. Stortzum had 4. Kennedy Adair, let me count it. I got 3 different boxes here. She had 12 for her. And Thorman, extremely impressive there in the 2nd set, picked up 11 of her own on the night. In terms of the Southeastern Suns, we had Griswold, who was really impressive, served a lot there down the stretch in that 2nd set, was a big part of the win there. She has, looks like, 10 service points, 11 service points there for her. Amanda Stevens picked up 6 of her own. McMillan with 4. Savannah Ramsey 2. Schaefer with 1. And Summer Ramsey with 1. And then in terms of kills on the Southeastern side, Schaefer picked up 2. Ramsey of the Savannah variety picked up 1. Kinsey Griswold had 1. McMillan had 5. And Stevens had, 15, 16, 17, 18 for her. What a game from her, but just wasn't quite enough for the Southeastern Suns team to walk away in the 3rd set.
3 sets, 25-17, 11-25, 25-11. Bombers with the win over Southeastern. And I don't know if the games were as close as we wanted, but it lived up to the hype anyway. It was a great, fun game to watch. Maybe both teams would like to have less errors, I think. But it has been fun to watch. John, thanks for coming. We'll see you over at the Sports Corner 124 in a little bit.
Yep, we'll be there.
Evan, Eye in the Sky Wagner, thank you, buddy, for coming to do this game. And we're going to end it here, and we'll be back with TSSR Game Time, or TSSR Weekly, live from the Sports Corner at 124 in just a few minutes. Thanks for watching Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling coverage of Macomb High Sports on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.